Greg, obviously, Minnesota's top line, had a strong one tonight. In particular, Kaprizov explained at MVP level. What makes them so difficult and tough to contain?
Well, they read off each other really well. They got a high hockey IQ. They're strong on the puck. Even Rossi's strong on the puck. He's not a big kid, but he wins puck battles. And Kaprizov defends pucks as well as anybody in the league while he's moving and while he's not moving. They caught us there, like, they got him on the ice there on a change there at the, I think it was the third goal. We had, no disrespect to your athleticism, but you could have scored the goal. It was a tap-in goal. We had two guys puck steering, and and that was their game. I think they had two even strength goals. That was the one, and the other one I think was the one that squirted through Gibby, and it could kind of get swung in. But speaking to that line, I mean that's a talented group. They're strong on the puck. Like teams that can control the puck and they're confident with people on their backs. They can scan the ice and make plays. That's an elite level of hockey. It's up there with McDavid and McKinnon, that group. So they did the damage.
You said after the Vegas game that the team didn't have quite the same jump that they'd had the last few games. Did you feel like it was kind of like that tonight as well?
It was worse tonight. So we were just talking about it. Like the Vegas game wasn't horrible, right? So it's a 2-1 game going to the third period. The scoring chances are very even. At the end of the game, we break the chances down. It was a very even game. I think they had 13 and we had 11. It was a very low, scoring chance game. Tonight, very similar, like there was chances, but ours was sporadic, and they were getting chances off of sustained pressure. And that was because we were late to pucks, we weren't winning puck battles. Then when we did get the puck, I think we actually out-attempted them on the shots, but we didn't get puck shoot. We missed, I think after the first period, I think we had 23 shot attempts, and I believe 11 went wide, 9 or 11. And I think only 4 or 5 hit the net, the others were blocked. So when you're not getting pucks through, you're not, so that stat, the puck recovery stat in the offensive zone, you can't recover the puck because it's hitting shin pads and it's going the other direction. So a lot of the opportunities we might have had if we had gotten pucks through, we just basically squashed them because they never ended up on the end wall.
You just was saying that the blue lines were an issue again tonight, battles inside the defensive blue line, this is the offensive. How would you compare that to last game? I know you did mention that as well.
Yeah. I don't really know. Like I haven't really kind of qualified that. Like I just thought that overall there was a real, for me, just the optics of it, watching from the bench, that we just didn't win enough puck battles. And when they had the opportunity to shoot pucks through, they got them through. I mean, they got pucks through, and we had a really hard time getting pucks through. And then the other part of it is that, and you saw this in the first period, I think we had one in the slot. We passed it away from the slot like the first 3 minutes. I think Jackson came down like a 3-on-2. He passed it back, and like we've been preaching all year that we've got to be a shot-first team because we have a hard time scoring goals. And if there's a shot and a particularly angle, there'll be a rebound somewhere. And we had those opportunities early, and we chose not to shoot it. So
it feels like missing the net has just been a big problem when it comes to the offense too. Is there any way to sort of drill that down other than telling it to them and hoping that they do it?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like I get in this, it's like a corundum. Like you don't want to tell them, to hit the goalie in the belly, right? So we don't have a discussion about it. We just say hit the net, and I think sometimes when guys feel they have to score, they're going to pick corners, and like you're right. Like I think in the first period, I think we had 3 quality chances, missed the net wide and broke them out the zone. And like Tim Nami has an expression, the unholy trinity, is you don't shoot the puck, the shot gets blocked, and you shoot the puck wide. And we get a lot of that for a lot of the game.
It's still fresh, but obviously Jacob will be coming on board. So what sort of dynamic do you think he can bring not only to the team as a whole, but the blue line specifically?
Well, I think when we were on the streak there, when we were winning games, even like we were like 6-3 and whatever we were before the last game, and then the game that we probably played the best was the LA game. We lost the game, okay? We were, you ask about the skating. We were skating, and that's reflected in the hit totals, the stick totals, getting in on top of people, winning puck battles. Like Jacob Trouba represents that, okay? That physicality. There's an identity you have to play with, and our identity has to be driven by our skating. Okay, we're not an overly big team. but we can skate and we do have skill. But if we're not going to arrive into the battles on top of pucks, we're late getting there, we're going to be chasing the game, and that's what happened tonight. He's a guy that can, can step up on the forecheck and stop plays, and he can kill plays in the defensive zone. And he's got a heck of a shot, and having another right shot back there will help us keep pucks alive on the cycle.
Cutter moves up in the lineup tonight. What did you kind of see from his play and with Mason and Killorn?
I think he's trying, like he's the guy we talk about, he's got to get an identity, and it's like, I think the kids that come out of college that are scorers, and I don't see enough of his game, but I know he scores and he can shoot a puck and he's an elite skater. They trying to find an identity in the NHL, and there's not a lot of forgiveness in the NHL. There's not a lot of practice time in the NHL. So I think, he's trying to connect the dots between being a scorer and being a forechecker, and I think he's trying to do it, and it's growth. And that's when somebody asked me a while ago, it's sometimes a mystery. Some guys figure it out and they get on it right away, and other guys it takes time. But he's a work in progress. And I think once it does connect and the light goes on in his head, I say this a lot, the game starts to slow down for these guys. But right now he's chasing it. He's chasing goals, he's chasing an identity. So I just think he's got to take some pressure off himself and just play hockey. I said to him after the second period, don't think, just play hockey like it's a BC Northeastern game. Just play your game. So I thought he was fine in the third period, and he's just got to find that rhythm to his game.
Minty out again tonight, obviously getting now the right side a little bit crowded. Any thoughts on how you're going to manage your defensive personnel on this trip, I guess?
I haven't thought about that, Andrew.
Okay.
Okay?
Thanks, Greg.